everyone, and happy Sunday. Good morning. So to start today, I just wanted to offer, if you would like any props, and you've taken my class before, you already know, but for anyone new, you could grab some books if you don't have blocks, so some thicker books. I tend to like my Harry Potter books because they're thick. And you could always grab a blanket. Blanket offers a great support for your knees or just to fill up gaps in between spaces. And then you could always use a strap. And if you don't have a strap accessible to you, you could use a tie or a scarf or even a towel. But again, nothing is fully necessary. That is only if you want it for you in your practice. But other than that, we will get started. I'm going to have some light music in the background. You may or may not be able to hear it because I want my voice to project more. And what I was trying to get to, if you want music of your own in the background, just play a separate device with music. And we will start in a nice comfortable seat. So whatever it is that you find comfortable, legs could be crossed, they could be fully extended. You could have your knees bent sitting upon your heels just like I was. And we're going to start here in a nice comfortable seat. So let's take that flesh away from the sits bones, ground down, feel yourself root to the earth. Lengthen through your crown so you're sitting up nice and tall, shoulders drop down. Heart is open. Your hands are gently placed on your knees. We're going to start now with our palms facing down. Close your eyes. And just feel yourself come into this space. Feel yourself finding this sacred space on your mat in the area in which you are. And I want you to take 3 cleansing breaths. So inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh it through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale, breathe it out. So maybe you feel your body melt down and release some of that tension that you were once holding on to. Just a little bit more. And begin to find comfort in just sitting here still. We're starting to find some stillness in the body. Then we're going to work our way through finding stillness in the mind, leading to some stillness in the soul. I think we've all been practicing slowing down, finding comfort in stillness. But everything is a practice, so we have to continue to practice. Nothing is perfected. And now let's begin to clear our mind. So my favorite thing to do is to grab my imaginary broom. I like imagery. And I take that imaginary broom and I start to sweep the space in my mind. I clear it all out, so I am sweeping away dust. I'm sweeping away clutter. I'm cleaning it all out until the only thing that's left is me and my mat. Everything else is blank. Blank walls, blank floor, blank ceiling. It's just you here in this blank space. And you could stay in this blank space. Or if you find another place that brings you peace, that brings you happiness, you could take you, your mat, and your practice there. So maybe there's a wildflower field. Maybe there's a beach or mountain. Maybe it's just where you are here in your home. Or it could be that blank space. Just let your practice settle within that space. And now begin to flip your palms up to the sky. So your hands could gently place upon the knees once again. or you could cradle them in your lap. Shoulders are still down, heart is open. And begin to bring more awareness to your breath, starting your 3-part belly breath. So on your inhale, breathe in through the nose, deep into that belly, flow up through the ribs, and land in the chest. On the exhale, releasing from the chest, lower through the ribs, and then finally the belly. So deep, full breaths. Feeling the belly, the ribs, the chest expand. But also on your next inhale, I want you to feel your lower back, your mid back, and your upper back expand as well. To begin to take up space, begin to stretch out those muscles of the upper body. Growing larger and larger with each breath, letting your energy force, your energy field get bigger. Letting everyone in the world begin to feel your energy, your vibrations, as it grows with your inhale. Our breath is our strength. Our breath is our healing. Our breath is our prana, our life force. And if at any point in your practice you want to begin to layer on top your Ujjayi breath, your ocean breath, still inhale through the nose, but add that slight constriction to the back of your throat. Your inhales may get longer and deeper, as will the exhale. You may notice that it's an audible sound, like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth closed. With each inhale, you're breathing in new energy, and I like to imagine little Tetris blocks coming in through the nose and connecting to any tension that I'm still feeling. Let it connect into those spaces, and then on the exhale, little by little, begins to breathe away. Chipping away at it slowly, never feeling like we need to let go of everything on one breath. Healing takes time. Peace takes time. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. Connect at the palms. Lower the hands to the heart. Adding a slight bow to your head here. Take a moment and set an intention for yourself, maybe some dedication for you or someone else. Whatever it is that you would like to get out of this practice, or send the energy from this practice to. Breathe into it. Set it in place within your heart. Press your thumbs into heart center so that intention, that dedication flows right into that heart. And once you set it, imagine your heart glowing, like it's settled in place there. Inhale, sweep the hands up. On the exhale, flip the palms, sweep them down. Maybe the head falls with it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time on the exhale, left hand to the outside of the right knee, right fingers behind the tail, getting a gentle twist here. Inhale, float the hands up through center. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Right hand to the outside, the left. Left fingers behind the tail. We're going to continue working with our breath. So inhale up. Exhale, twist. So remember to work with your own breath. If it's slower or faster than mine, you work with that. Just getting that breath to movement. On the next time that our twist is over the right shoulder, we're going to pause. So the left hand comes to the outside of the right leg, right fingers behind the tail. Really inhale and lengthen through that crown. On the exhale, twisting even more. That torso is a little bit more warmed up. The gaze can follow. Maybe you get a nice stretch at the back of that left shoulder. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, twist to the other side. So right hand to the outside of that left thigh, left fingers behind your tail. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, twist. Try to stay long through your crown the entire time. Keeping those big belly breaths. Inhale, sweep the hands up. So we're going to start that breath to movement again. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches over. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm. So we're just going to flow up and over, warming up through that side body before we pause. Next time that the left hand comes down, right arm reaches over, we're going to pause here. So that left shoulder stays down, right arm really reaches over. So as we're doing this, our hips are not coming off. Think of both hips grounded. And we don't want to close off here. We want to keep that shoulder nice and open. If you're to look up at the sky, you could see under your arm, but don't cause any strain in your neck. So for me, keeping my gaze up is not comfortable. So honoring yourself, honoring your body, really reaching long so you're getting from the hip all the way out of those fingertips. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches over so that right shoulder stays down. And don't feel like you have to come to your elbow. You come to whatever works for you. So once again, just quickly turn your gaze up. You can see under your arm, and then find your gaze to wherever is comfortable. Inhale, both hands. Exhale, let's come to a table, so all fours. Shoulders will be stacked right upon those wrists, hips upon the knees, neutral spine to begin. So no dipping of the belly, not to start. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Feel all 10 toenails connected to the earth. On your inhale, I want you to press against the earth. So press the tops of your feet down. Your knees are almost pushing off the ground. Your palms are pushing. You're engaging this. Feel all of your muscles engaged, navel towards your spine, but breathe. So just because we're engaging doesn't mean you're holding your breath. One more inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, soften and let that belly fall. So your collarbone separates, shoulders pull back, tail and crown lift. Exhale, round your spine, tuck the hips, turn the gaze. Inhale, come back to a flat back. Find that table. We're going to engage the muscles once again. So on your inhale, press the tops of your feet down, feel the palms press in, engage those arm muscles. Your knees again are almost pulling off of the ground, core really strong. Breathing. Inhale, soften. Find your cow. Exhale, round, find your cat. So continuing to your cow and your cat at your own pace. Begin to match breath to movement. Close your eyes here. Yes, you're in the comfort of your own home, but I really want you to shut off the sense of sight. Connect deeper to your physical self, shutting down the mind, and just listen to the body. See what way the body wants to move. And maybe you don't even see it. Maybe the body takes over and it just starts to move. That's one of my favorite things. And I don't even know what's to come next, but my body is just flowing because I'm connected so deeply. Not worrying about if I'm doing the same thing from right to left. Just move. On your next inhale, find your way back to a table. Extend the right foot back, but keep the toes down. Inhale here. Exhale, press into your heel. We're just getting a little bit of a calf stretch. So you could hold here. You could rock forward and back as you breathe through that calf. Inhale, come forward. Lift the right toes up to hip height. Don't let that belly fall. Core is strong, and we're not opening up to the side of the room. Left fingers come out by the left ear if that is in your practice. Breathing, holding, just pausing. Core is nice and strong. On your inhale, elbow and knee bend to meet underneath. Round that spine, crunch that core. Inhale, straight out. Exhale, round. Inhale, out. Exhale, round. Hold with it out. So you could stay here. If there's any other variation you're looking to take, you could bend that knee as an option, reach behind, getting a little arch to your back here, or any other variation that maybe you'd like to try today. Releasing that right foot out, left arm down, drop the left hand. Draw that right knee into chest, round it, and plant the right foot down. So the right knee stacks upon that right ankle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, float the arms up. So we're starting off here. We haven't warmed up into that hip flexor too much, so we're going to not drop in too far. Shoulders are down. Breathing. Some nice belly breaths. Just finding our breath in the stillness of a pose, allowing that mind to stay clear. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Straighten that front leg just as much as you can. Maybe your hips drop out back a little bit more. Maybe they stay on top of the knee. Flex your right foot, right hip pulls back. And just stay here. So we're staying with as long of a spine as we can. We're not rounding. Just feeling that stretch come through the foot, all the way through the right hip. forward, bend that knee, plant your hands, send the right foot all the way back, open up that hip to the side just for a breath, and drop it down. Give yourself a little wiggle. Maybe roll out your wrists if you are feeling any strain on them. Now extend the left leg back. Toes are down. Press into your heel. Get that calf stretch. Inhaling forward and exhaling back if you'd like, or just pausing with it back. Rock forward, lift the left foot up to hip height. Right arm comes out by the right ear. So again, don't let that belly fall. We are tucked in. You are nice and strong. Inhale, bend the elbow and knee. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pause here. Again, any variation you're looking to take, feel free to try. Bending the left knee, reaching the hand with the right hand. Maybe your foot presses into your hand to lift it up a little bit higher. If your spine is not warmed up, please don't try this. I mean, you can always try, but if you feel anything, release it. Releasing out, fully extend, drop the right hand down. Hug that left knee into chest. Look in between your hands and plant that left foot down. So left knee up on that left ankle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift. Hips are square, shoulders are down. Breathing into that right hip flexor. You're still engaging those glutes slightly. So once again, we're not sinking in too far. It's still early. We're warming up. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands down, straighten that front leg just as much as you can. Left toes lift. And staying with a long crown. So you're just breathing into that left leg. So if it's more comfortable for you to send the hips back slightly, that's okay. You can always take one hand to your leg. You take both hands to your leg using blocks, books. Bend that front knee, inhale. Exhale, send the left foot back, curl the toes, down dog. Walk out your legs here, bend one knee and then the other, just awakening up through that back body. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Start to walk your feet up to meet the hands. Keep a nice bend to your knee here as the top half hangs over the bottom half, hands towards the floor. Or you can grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. You can sway side to side, rock heel to toe. Let everything go in your ragdoll. And notice if any chatters come back into your mind. Let it fall out of the top of your head here as we're upside down. Just feel, release your hands down and slowly roll all the way up. Coming to standing. Now, I want you to find your strong Tadasana stance. So feet are right below your hips. Looking down at your toes, lift them up. Spread your toes nice and wide so you can see your mat in between each toe. And with awareness, drop one toe down at a time. So you have nice wide feet here. Your foot is fully connected to the earth below. Engage those leg muscles. Hips have a nice tilt forward. Your core is strong. Shoulders drop down. Palms by your side. Lengthen to your crown. Close your eyes. Be here in your Tadasana stance, your mountain stance. That strong, still pose. Breathe into your mountain. Feel the strength that comes with it. If ever there is a time that you're doubting yourself, if ever there's a time that you're feeling weak, return to your Tadasana. Maybe not your physical pose if you're not in the right space to do it, but mentally, emotionally, come back to your Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, sweep the hands. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep wide. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, swan dive. Adding on, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, send the feet back. Hold in your plank, core is nice and strong, shoulders right on top of those wrists. Drop your knees, releasing to the tops of your feet, creases of your elbows face the top of your mat. Hug the elbows as you lower all the way down. So hands are by the upper ribs, elbows squeeze in, shoulders are down. Inhale, baby cobra. Looking down the bridge of your nose. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, come through a table. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look in between your hands. Exhale, walk your or step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep wide. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, send the feet. So we're in that plank, knees up or down here as you lower all the way to the earth. Hands are by the upper ribs, elbows squeeze in, shoulders drop down. Keep your legs and your feet connected to the mat. You can inhale into that baby cobra or press up a little higher for your cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale through a table. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look in between the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, sweep the hands. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep wide. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, send the feet back, walk or step. So we're going to work on a chaturanga here. So knees, if you struggle with a chaturanga, instead of your elbows flaying out, I want you to drop your knees down, release to the tops of your feet. Creases of your elbows face forward. Bend the elbows by your side, lower halfway or a little bit less. If your knees are up, you're here. On the inhale, press into those palms. Lift the chest. Coming up off of the knees, you're in an up dog. Shoulders drop away from the ears, and your shoulders are in line with your wrists. On the exhale, curl over the toes. Lift the hips. Down dog. Take a few breaths here in your down dog. I'm going to come out of it to talk to you. So never worry about if you're taking a modification like the knees down in the chaturanga. We have to work our way up in some form without straining ourselves. So take those knees down if you need to. Maybe if you want to practice and just dropping an inch or two in the elbow instead of dropping all the way, that's fine as well. One of the most common things I find about in a in a chaturanga, you're still in your down dog. Spread those fingers. If you need a break, drop to your knees and take a child's pose. But one of the biggest things that I've noticed in a chaturanga is that people drop too far down, so the shoulders dropping below the elbow. And that causes a strain in your shoulder, and it makes it more difficult to come out of. So that 90 degree. Inhale, rock yourself forward, come to your high plank. So we're gonna practice that chaturanga once more. Knees up or down as you practice. If you are on your toes, rock forward. On the exhale, slowly lower. Bend those elbows, you squeeze by the ribs. You're only at a 90 degrees, so if your knees are down, that's fine. Now inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now take your knees to the mat, great toes come together, hips back towards the heels, forehead to the floor. Breathing into your child's pose. Maybe rolling out your wrists if they need some love, grabbing some water, whatever it is that you need here. Return to your breath, letting go of any chatter within your mind. Just be here back in your space. Come back into your table, spread your fingers, curl your toes, down dog. Inhale the right toes to the sky. So lift them high, but we're not opening to the side of the room. They're just lifted. Hips are square. Come up high onto your left toes, your heels off the ground. Exhale, slowly drop that left heel. You may feel a good stretch in your calf. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, drop it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift the left heel. Now rock forward, draw the right knee in towards your chest. Look in between your hands and plant that right foot down. Drop your left heel. Toes are going to turn in, so we're finding a warrior stance, a warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pinwheel the left hand behind, the right arm is out front. So here in a warrior two, generally speaking, your front heel is in line with your back arch. Your knee stays open towards your pinky toe, so you have a nice stretch through that inner thigh. You may hear towards your second toe, that's fine, as long as your knee's not falling in towards the midline. Hips are tucked under, you're long to your crown, shoulders are down, and your arms are long. If you ever find your shoulders are creeping up, flip your palms up and down, release them. Flip the palms, inhale, sweep up, straighten your front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the palms and sweep up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, hold your warrior two. Now flip your front palm and sweep the front palm up as the back hand drops. Exalt the warrior, so be mindful of your front knee. It's not falling in. It stays open. And your left hand is gently placed upon that back leg, so you're not finding support here. Or could wrap around the back of your waist, reaching for your front pocket. Gaze could be up. Gaze could be down. Gaze could be at me, wherever it is that you find comfort. Inhale, warrior two, straighten your front leg. So we're going to come into a triangle. Pull that left hip back. Reach, 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 reach with your right hand. Right hand falls down. Left hand is up. So shoulders stacked upon shoulders. Our heart is open. So once again, that left hip's not falling in. It's pulling back. You're nice and flat, like you can fit between two planes of glass. So if you have to lift up higher on your leg, totally fine. You don't want to close that heart and take up more space. Bend the left elbow. Left hand comes to your left hip. So we're going to come to a half moon. So if you want to use a prop like a block or a book, you can. If not, you don't have to. Turn the gaze out in front of you. Find your drishti, that focal point. Deep bend to your front knee. Right fingers come out to teepee fingers. Begin to send the weight onto your right foot. Right fingers drop. Your left toes could stay to the mat to start. You could start to lift it up towards hip height, flexing through that left foot as soon as it starts. Now, when I do a half moon, my toes always turn in, you pigeon toe. So in my practice, I'm working on keeping my toes straight out in front of me. Remember to breathe. You're stomping through that left foot. Once you find your balance, if it's in your practice, to lift your left fingers up to the sky. Maybe following it with your gaze, maybe not. Remember that balance is a practice. Balance is extremely humbling, so it's different from moment to moment, from day to day. If there's any other variation you're looking to take, once again, maybe you want to bend that left knee, reaching for your left foot with your left hand. These are simply options, nothing that you have to take on today. We're working our way back to a warrior two, so inhale. Deep bend to your right knee. Your left foot's going to drop behind you. Not so smooth, but it's okay. Some of you may have not been smooth either. Arms are long. Inhale, lift the palms, sweep them up. As we come up, turn your toes to the corners of your mat. And on your exhale, sink into your warrior, your goddess. So your hips are dropping, shoulders are down. Hips are tucked, so we don't have an arch to your spine here. Now in your goddess, a couple of options. We're going to do two options. You can either have your palms facing you, this contains your energy. Option two, you could spread your energy to everyone around you that's practicing or everyone in your house. Now the biggest thing is when I tell people this in class, everyone always flips their palms out. And then I remind them it's kind of like on a plane where they say to save yourself first. So you can't heal others if you don't have enough energy for yourself. So if you're feeling drained, if you don't have that energy to spare, you're not helping anyone. So contain your energy. Inhale here. Exhale, drop a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Inhale, straighten the legs, turn your back toes in, right toes to the front of your mat, sink back into your warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale, pivot those hands up and around, popping up onto your back toes. Right foot goes back to meet the left. So we're going to work through that vinyasa. Knees up or down, lower all the way or halfway for that chaturanga practice. Inhale up. Exhale back. Take a child's pose in between. Drop the knees, hips back towards the heels. Notice the rate and rhythm of your breath and your heart. Take the big inhales. And allow on the exhale, imagine your heartbeat slowing because it will. Our breath and our heart, they follow each other. So the slower the breath, generally the slower the heart rate. Inhale, come back into your table. Curl the toes, down dog. Inhale the left toes to the sky. Once again, we're not opening up. Lift up high onto your right toes. Exhale, drop the heel. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Lift that heel. Rock forward, knee in towards your chest. Look in between your hands and plant that left foot down. Drop the right heel, toes will turn in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pinwheel the right hand behind, the left hand is out front. So you're sinking in, your front heel in line with your back arch, left knee stays open. Breathe into that inner thigh. Shoulders drop down, maybe flip them up and down. No arching of your spine. Tuck that tailbone, you're nice and long, you're nice and strong. Flip both palms as we sweep and straighten that front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. In your warrior two, flip that left palm. Left fingers lift as the right hand drops back. Exalt your warrior. Check your front knee. It's not falling in. It's nice and open. Right hand gently placed upon that back leg. You can lift it off at any time, or it wraps around that back of your waist, reaching for the front pocket. Inhale, come back to your warrior two, straighten your front leg. So to start, pull that right hip back. Reach, 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 reach. So your ribs are coming upon that thigh, and then lower the left hand down, the right fingers are up. You may notice a difference from side to side, but honor those differences. So I know my left side, I can't get down as far, but I just go with it. If I had props available, I would use a block or a book, but I don't have any with me today, so I'm just keeping my hand on that leg. My shoulders are open. I just want to show you, if I was to reach for the ground, how my position would change. So if I was dropping, you'll see that I can do it, but not appropriately. So my heart's closing, my shoulder is dropping. I wouldn't fit in between two planes of glass. That's why I lift up higher, and that rib stays upon my thigh, not in front. Bend the right elbow, right hand comes to your right hip, so we're coming to that half loop. Looking out in front of you, find that drishti, deep bend to your left knee, left fingers come out to teepee fingers. Start to send that weight onto your left foot. Right foot can start to lift towards hip height, stomp through. Once you've found your balance, if it's in your practice to lift your right fingers up, maybe following it with your gaze, maybe you're taking that bend to the right knee, reaching behind with that hand. Have fun and play with it. Always stay gentle with yourself, not just in balance, but in all ways. So we're coming back to that warrior two. Deep bend to that front knee as you drop the right foot back. Hopefully I don't fall over this time. Nice and slow as we breathe in. So inhale, flip the palms up, sweeping all the way up. As we come up top, straighten both legs, toes turn to the corners of your mat. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. So we're hinging at the hip, just coming to a flat back to start. So your hands can stay to your hip. You can release your hands to the floor, maybe dropping down a little bit more. Once again, offering any props to bring the floor to you. And then slowly you can start to fold down to wherever is comfortable. Breathing into the back of those right legs. If anyone is playing with a tripod headstand, here is a fun way to do it. If you want to separate your legs, planting your hands and dropping to the crown of your head. I am not going into it, but if anyone is playing with it, have fun with it. Coming back to a flat back, soft bend to those knees, hands come to your hips, roll all the way up, let your head be the last to come. So we do it this way to help any dizziness that may happen. Turn your right toes in, left toes turn to the front of your mat. Deep bend to that front knee, find a warrior two once more. Maybe you sink a little bit lower that we've warmed up and stretched out. Inhale. Exhale, pinwheel those hands up and around, popping up onto your back toes. Left foot goes back, and let's play with a vinyasa, lowering down. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. staying here in your down dog. Drop your knees, great toes come together, come into your last child's pose. So take this however you want. Your hands can be out in front. You could bend the elbows, palms come together behind the head for prayer. You could wrap your arms by your side as you release down. Just take a few moments here once again to connect to yourself, connect to your breath. Now slowly start to lift your torso so you're sitting back upon your heels. Then we're just going to send our weight to one side and sweep the legs around out front. Scoot yourself to the center of your mat. So before we lower down, just make sure that you have anything that you may want from your inversion or for Shavasana. So if you want to bundle yourself up in a blanket, in a sweatshirt, and if for your inversion, I'll be taking you into a bridge, but if you'd like a supported bridge, I'd grab some blankets and some pillows, some blocks. I really wouldn't do books because that'll be a little bit too tough, but completely up to you. And then once you're there, once you grab those, let's bend the knees, plant the feet. Reach the arms long out in front. Curl those toes, round your spine as we start to lower all the way down. Once your lower back meets the floor, you're going to keep those knees bent, sweep the arms by your sides, and rock your hips and your knees side to side. Bring those knees through center, and bring your shins parallel to the sky. So your lower back's going to stay connected to the mat. And you're just going to extend the left leg out to a hover. Your core is nice and strong. And then pull it in. Your right leg comes out. And pull it in. So you could stay just like this with your yogi bicycles, or you could take your hands behind your head, lifting your shoulders up off of the ground. And it's nice and slow, so we just come to that hover and you're breathing and bring it in. Lowering the right. We're going to do 2 more each side. You may feel some shaking, and that's okay. So a lot of times when it comes to exercising, we go through it so fast that we don't even get to feel the contraction. We don't get to feel the muscles working until after the fact. So the slower we go, the more you're going to feel it. 1 more each side. Remember to breathe. Extend that right. And bring it in. Hug those knees in, gently rocking side to side. Bring your knees in line with your hips, arms float out to a T. So you could stay like this, knees are parallel. You could cross the right leg on top, so you'll offer a little stretch to that outer leg. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees towards the left. So your knees may touch, they may not. Your shoulder may pull up. That's okay. Just breathing into the deep twist in your spine. Gaze could be up to the sky or over the right fingers. Inhale the knees up, uncross them if they're crossed. And now if you want to, recross them, the left leg on top. Inhale. Exhale, let the knees drop towards the right. Turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, come up, uncross, plant your feet down. Knees are bent, palms come down by your sides. So we're going to come into that bridge. If you want those props, grab them now. Inhale. Exhale, press into your heels, lift the hips up to the sky. So feel everything as it is. If you're taking a supported bridge, placing the props under your lower back as you rest your hips down upon it, so you still get the benefits of an inversion with your hips being above your heart without you having to do any of the work. If your hips are elevated in a full bridge, you keep your palms down. You could interlace the fingers behind your back, walking your shoulders under, lifting the hips up a little higher. But wherever you are, really appreciate that belly breath. Feel the rise and fall. Notice the rise and fall. Releasing your hands if they're interlaced. Roll onto your tiptoes. If you need to remove those blocks or props, please do. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Once your lower back connects to the floor, draw your knees in towards your heart, gently rocking side to side. Massaging that lower spine. Getting a counter stretch here. And now we're going to come to a Shavasana, our final relaxation, our corpse pose. Give yourself a big inhale. And on the exhale, extend the left leg out, and then the right. Extend the right arm, and then the left. So the shoulders drop down, your palms are by your side facing up, close your eyes. And just for a moment, I want you to notice how you're in your strong Tadasana stance, but in a different plane. So you're lying on your back. So your strong Tadasana stance turns into a peaceful Shavasana. To me, this is the most important pose. Your strength and your calmness connected as one. So let the eyes settle in. The eyelids are gently closed. Your third eye is soft. Your jaw releases. Your shoulders melt down, allowing your collarbones to be completely open. Your upper body is just melting into the floor as your belly is soft. Your hips release any tension, and your legs just release out, feet splay open. Allow yourself just to be. Begin to deepen your breath. Slowly coming back to the present. Bringing awareness and movement into your body. Some wiggling of the fingers, wiggling of the toes, maybe a rocking of your head from side to side as you awaken back up. Now give yourself a big stretch, lengthen at both ends. And then draw one knee in towards your chest, and then the other. And slowly begin to make your way to your right side, like you're rolling over in bed. Use one arm as a pillow and place the other hand over your heart. Pausing here. People have many ways of seeking and finding peace. Mantras, chants, or prayers that align the mind with peaceful thoughts, with the river of peace that runs through our universe, are one way of returning to our center. Do you have a favorite prayer, a religious chant, or a saying that helps you, that puts you back on track, that takes your mind to that place of peace within your soul? Value the mantras that touch and heal your mind, the sounds and thoughts that align you with your peace. Find and value the words and prayers of your religion, the thoughts that work for you, that connect you to your center. These will help you discover your connection to the universe, the flow of life, the certainty that all is well. You and your life are on track. Know you'll be given all the guidance and grace you need. Find the rituals that help you believe that peace is yours, ritual that connects you to the divine and the universe. Ask for peace. Ask in a way that works for you. And now slowly come to your last seated position. Once you get there, find hands to heart center with a gentle bow to your head. So feel free to say something nice to yourself here, but maybe you want to take this time and say a prayer or a mantra, a chant, whatever it is that is sacred to you, that brings you back to your connection to that universe. Take a moment and show love and gratitude to all of those around you that are practicing with you today. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Connect at the palms. Lower your hands to the heart. Praying to always love compassionately. Bring the thumbs to the lips. Praying to always speak truthfully. Finishing off with our thumbs to the third eye. Praying to always see clearly. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you all have a wonderful week and stay well, stay safe, and I'm thinking of you always.